Hey guys and welcome back. I'm Nams and this is my review for Pokemon X and Y. Like with all my normal reviews, the graphics and performance, the sound, and the gameplay will be separately scored, and then an overall score which is not an average will be given at the end of the review, which reflects my overall opinion of the game. Pokemon X and Y marked the start of the series' transition from a 2D game series to a 3D one. As known by most of you, previous games in the Pokemon series have all been 2D, opting for 2D sprites instead of 3D models. The jump to 3D opened the doors for Game Freak to turn the series on its head in terms of visuals and animation. Unfortunately, for the most part, it seems they did not do justice to the 3D hardware at all in terms of graphics and performance. This game is rough. Right from the start, you're going to notice the low quality pixelated textures and the horrible aliasing which is prevalent in both human character models and in every environment in the game. They are bad from a distance, but jaw-droppingly terrible from up close. The Pokemon models themselves also suffer from this, but to a lower extent that the human models do, which is a good thing given that most of your time in this game will be spent staring at the backs of your Pokemon. Animations are also a wasted opportunity. With 3D models instead of 2D sprites, we could have finally seen proper attack animations instead of the cheesy slight movements with screen animations that we've had since Pokemon Red and Blue. However, perhaps because of the sheer amount of work it would have taken to animate unique attack animations for hundreds of Pokemon in this game, each Pokemon only has 2 or 3 battle animations, which leads to awkward situations where your Pokemon animates a punch for a kicking move or just jumps up and down for a tackle move. Maybe my expectations were a bit too high, but I expected more. With graphics this poor, you would have expected the performance of Pokemon X and Y to be blazingly fast. However, again, Game Freak seemingly dropped the ball. In battles with 3D enabled, the frame rate constantly chugs in the low teens, making it almost seem like a constant slideshow. In fact, most of the time while out of battle, 3D is completely disabled. It's clear that Game Freak couldn't seem to wrap their heads around how to use the 3D function without having a significant performance hit on their game. There really isn't anything good to say about the visuals of Pokemon. The game is ugly and runs very poorly, thus the graphics for Pokemon X and Y get a 3.5 out of 10. Unlike the graphics, Game Freak has made the right decisions about what to keep and what to redo with regards to the sound and the music in Pokemon X and Y. Iconic themes such as the Victory theme or the Pokemon Center theme were kept intact, just remixed, but all other music themes were composed from the ground up for this game. Most of the music is fine, but not memorable. However, the gym battles, the Team Flare theme, and the Elite Four themes are all well done. The music played in towns or when exploring is also varied and well done. I was really happy to discover what they had done with the sounds the Pokemon themselves make. It was neat to hear them remix the same sounds used back in Pokemon Red and Blue nearly 2 decades ago. There is no voice acting in this game, but I feel it doesn't really need it. In fact, voice acting may have hurt the game given the silly dialogue most of the time. I don't have any real complaints about the sound department in this game. While the music and sound aren't particularly exceptional, it definitely gets the job done. Overall, the sound gets an 8 on 10. As previously stated in the graphics section, when fans of the series found out that Pokemon X and Y would be making the jump to 3D, there was much speculation about what that would mean for the scope of the gameplay. Personally, I thought it would mean that exploration and gameplay would be fundamentally different, with exploration being more similar to the PS2 era Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest games. As such, I was very let down when I discovered that the game plays identically to its 2D predecessors, only with a 3D graphical facelift. Movement is entirely grid-based. This makes walking around feel really janky and weird with the 3D graphics, and makes talking to NPCs a chore. For those of you unsure of what I'm talking about, compare walking around and interacting with people in Pokemon to doing the same thing in Animal Crossing to get a feel for the importance of non-grid based movements in 3D RPGs. Rarely does the game ever take an over-the-shoulder viewpoint to take advantage of the 3D graphics, which is truly disappointing and something that I would like to see more of in the next game. Despite my personal disappointments with the scope of the game, I must say that it does what it does very well. Nintendo definitely went with the if it ain't broke don't fix it approach to the battles for this game, as they play exactly like previous entries in the series with very few differences. They are as fun and challenging as ever, but I do wish there was just something in there which really sets it apart from previous entries. New features in Pokemon X and Y include horde battles, in which you run into a horde of multiple wild Pokemon, Pokemon and Me, which is a super creepy petting minigame similar to the one found in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, and Fairy-type Pokemon, which are meant to counter previously overpowered Dragon types. Adding a new type of Pokemon was a great idea, but the horde battles barely ever come into play, and when they are kind of annoying to be honest, and Pokemon and Me is unnecessary and boring. The game took me roughly 50 hours to finish. However, there's a decent amount of endgame objectives to finish, and capturing as many Pokemon as possible is indeed very satisfying. My own, perhaps overinflated expectations aside, Pokemon X and Y has great gameplay, and will definitely please fans of the series. The gameplay gets an 8 out of 10. For Pokemon fans, and for fans of RPGs in general, Pokemon X and Y are definitely solid choices on 3DS. However, the lack of innovation and the wasted potential of the 3D transition definitely left a sour taste in my mouth in an otherwise great game. Nintendo simply played it too safe with this title when 3DS certainly offers more than enough horsepower to innovate. That, combined with the technical issues, do hurt the score a bit. Still, I had a great time with Pokemon X and Y, and I hope that Game Freak's second effort will be a stronger one. Overall, Pokemon X and Pokemon Y get a 7.5 on 10.